Hi folks, Rob back with another C64 gameplay, and this time we're taking a look at the C64 conversion of supercars. This is released by Gremlin in 1991, based on the Amiga game originally they published the year before, which was developed by Magnetic Fields, and in particular Sean Southern, who did a lot of great games on the C64 as well, games like Kickstart, POD, which I looked at a while ago, and others. Now this is a rather excellent overhead racer that they took the ideas from Super Sprint, sort of expanded it to have multi-directional scrolling tracks and a lot of other cool features. The C64 conversion is, I guess, a bit of a mixed bag. There's still an excellent game here, but there's a lot of the really cool stuff cut out, and that was really so I could squeeze into a single tape load, which I do respect a lot, but there is definitely a lot missing. So this is pretty much the opening screen and sort of the main screen you'll see between races. There's a lot of extra presentation on the 16 bits that's not here. So we'll start up. Now, basic rule is the garage, you can buy, at the bottom these car services allow you to repair engine, bodywork, fuel and tyres. You'll need those basically survivors. If any one of those drains during a race, it's game over. And they'll also help you resale value of the car, which you can see from the dealership. Now the various upgrades, power steer. Now one thing that sucks is you have to buy these power-ups every race. You don't have them permanently, which is really annoying. Power steering helps with I think it helps the rate at which you turn. Turbocharger is an improved acceleration. High speed kit improves the top speed. Retro is retro brakes, so it'll help you slow down faster. Spin assist ensures that when you hit, there's basically obstacles on the track, like in Super Sprint, like the oil. When you spin, it'll always fix you the right way. Front and rear missiles are self-explanatory. You can fit one missile for front and rear that's fired with up or down on the joystick during the race. If you successfully hit an enemy vehicle, they're taken out of the race. And side armor, I believe, allows you to ram other drivers into spinning. So, next thing to look at is you've got the three vehicles. You start with this blue car, the Neo Rotor, which is pretty much the entry level. Other car, the Interceptor, and finally the Retron Parsec. And of course you want to upgrade if you've got the money, which I don't. You dive into the car dealer and you can buy everything. So you can see there's a lot of money. But on top of what you have money-wise, you can also, your car acts as trade-in, as in real life. So let's go through. Now, the way that the game works is there are the 9 circuits, and I'm on class 1. Successfully completing all 9 circuits brings you to class 2, and you repeat the 9 courses, brings you onto class 3, and then you win the game. For the sake of brevity, I think I'm only just going to keep to class 1, and now we've got our first race. And this is something where I think is really missing compared to 16 bits. So, and I believe even the Spectrum and CPC versions had different sprites for each car. Here on the C64 we've only got different coloured sprites, which I feel is a bit of a disappointment. I really would have liked to have the different cars represented by different sprites, as it sort of makes the racing more exciting when it's like, one particular new vehicle has been added. So again, your controls are like your standard Super Sprint clone. 5-button accelerates, left and right to steer, and as I mentioned earlier, forward and back fire your front and rear missile respectively. So yeah, the scrolling's smooth. The sound effects could be better. The music is fine. It's a nice version of one of the main in-game themes on the Amiga, but sound effects is definitely not that exciting. So the idea is you want to try and finish, I believe, in the top 3 to move on to the next circuit. In this case, I'm on the last lap and I'm second, so I'm probably not going to win unless I do something spectacular. I'm too far behind. Oh well. It's okay to come second. So the end of result screen pretty much shows you just, fastest lap, average speed and whatnot. Okay. In this case we're pretty good for wear, so I'm not going to bother buying anything. I will buy a missile. And I'll buy the speed kit. So let's go to track 2. Ah, damn it. I thought I'd use the bug for this rather than the normal stick I use. As you're not doing a lot of you don't really need to do diagonal movements. And I don't think that tactic worked so well. So that green puddle that we drove through was meant to be oil or water, and that's really where the spin assist comes in handy. Alright, so we've got to second. So over time, you'll get the tracks do get more complicated. You'll have to see what it's like by track 9. And races will also introduce more opponents, and they'll also start getting the faster cars. So, and that's, as I said, it's one of the things I don't like for this C64 version, is that you lose out on that because all the cars use the same sprite. As you upgrade your car to the PAL C and the Interceptor and the PAL C, the car sprite will change colour to match that car, as you saw out front the dealer on the menu screen. But other than that, you have to use your imagination a bit. Controls are nice and tight and responsive. They need to be for a game like this. I certainly can't complain about that. The scrolling is nice and smooth, and it's nice clear track designs. So all of that is done well. The presentation screens are a little weaker graphically. But they probably were sampled and down converted to look better. Oh cool, track 2's done and we won. Oh. I'll let the screen sit for a bit. So yeah, it tells you all your stats, and we did all right. So as a result, I won't have enough. Will I have enough money to buy a car? I believe it's 60,000. Well, let's have a look. Maybe I can afford to buy the next Nero. Excellent, we just had enough money. So now I've upgraded and I've got this second model, which is now 9 mile per hour faster, a little more powerful. So let's go on to track 3. Regretfully, it means that we don't have room for any upgrades, but we can always come back to that in the next race. I actually don't remember this circuit. It's been a long time since I've played it. I remember track 1, track 2, and I remember several on the tailing side, as I remember reading one review that used to say, start from track 9 and work your way backwards. And I don't think that's such a good idea. As well, it's easier when you're at the start of a league. It'll make it much harder at the end when there's more cars and everything's faster. But you see, there's this nice resource management in that you have to actually manage what power-ups you want to take onto a race, as well as when are you going to go? Are you going to aim to get the car upgrade, or are you going to hold on to your existing car a little longer and hope that you can, make extra money and upgrade sooner? There's a lot of that in there, which I feel is a great addition to the game. Most races at this time period tended to be, basically just, collect three power-ups, or collect 4 tokens during a race and apply a power-up. Or they were, or they had power-ups, such as Super Off-Road. Again, another game I looked at quite a while ago. Alright, last lap. We're doing pretty well. I mean, deep down, this is really the type of game that the C64 does well, you know. Overhead 2D scrolling, you know, you're not pushing the sprites too hard. Alright, so on to track 4 before we do that. I think we're okay for stuff this race. So, front missile, high speed. Contact. So that green car is out of the race. One of the things I actually like when that happens is it's an obstacle for the whole race. It's not like removed, you know, the sprite isn't taken off the course and forgotten about. It's actually permanently on the track. So if you know what you're doing, a couple of subtle bumps can use it as an obstacle for the other vehicles. As you see it, this yellow driver closed it. This yellow driver was stuck, and that allowed me to close the gap and take the lead. Excellent bit of work, I would just say. So one of the other reasons I really wanted to do a gameplay of this, well, there's actually two. The first was after mentioning it in the 64 sub video, where it was sort of, I told the story of how I actually got my hands on it back in the day. The other thing I remember is I just, at the time of recording this, I just picked up issue 130 of Retro Gamer, and I actually had an interview with Sean Southern about the Amiga version, and it sort of got the itch scratched a bit to want to replay its 8-bit brother and see how it compares. I'm certainly a fan of this game. I mean, despite the limitations in the C64 version, it's still a pretty solid game. I mean, I would say that if you have an Amiga, get that Amiga version. I mean, it's pretty much stock A500 game, so you don't really need any grunty thing, and it's all well being put on WHD low if you've got a more modern setup. But if you don't have an Amiga, the C64 version is more than adequate to enjoy. You definitely have fun if you like your overhead racing games. There definitely weren't enough of them on the C64. A lot of them tended to be your single screen efforts like Super Sprint or Badlands or Grand Prix Simulator in that vein, and there weren't many like this. I mean, Slicks is another one. I'm going to come to that one in the future. Oops. We got enough of the lead. I don't think that's going to be too much of a slowdown. Actually, it plays really well with the bug. Nice micro switches. Travel. Track 4's done. It's always a good. Okay, now we're getting there. Alright, now the next thing is, I don't think I have enough, so, got the engine, fuel, tires, right. If memory serves, I think track 5 is where we're going to get the first additional car. Yep, now we got 4 opponents. Oh, ain't I a stinker. I'm sorry, Mr. Green Car, I had to let it fly. I really should have gotten side armor, or maybe a rear firing missile as well, but that would be too cruel. But hey, the cruel is good. Yeah, spin assist will come in real handy there. Damn it, I'm not going to get past. Oh well, only 5k. Alright. Let's have a look, see how much short I am. 40,000. Alright. Need the body work. So this is one thing you have to be careful about, is you really need I love that a rear missile is cheaper than the front. Probably don't get to use as much. Okay, track 6. Ooh. Damn it. Damn it. I had the lead and then I ruined it with some stupid mistakes. Like ramming my car into the wall like that. Or running into the darn grass. There we go. One of the big advantages in order to sort of getting it ahead of the AI drivers is really to take advantage of the fact that they tend to actually turn 90 degrees for the curves, whereas you as the player can be a little smarter and not have to do that as such. And that's a general tip that also applies on the 16 bits. It's just the way with these tracks being 90 degree corners, you can get away with being a little, if you can cut the racing line, so to speak, you usually get into a better position. Ooh. Okay, back in the lead. Last lap. Nice. Yeah, I did a nice job of sort of clearing the way. And I've got this in the bag, thankfully. Oh, no! What's that? Why is it saying... Well, I think it's good is that in race you don't have... Also, I don't understand how I was second there. Alright. This will put me in a good spot. Alright, engine looks good, body looks good, fuel, tyres need a re-dim, rear missile. This is one thing that's scary, is if you can't get a brake, you'll basically be in a position where you won't be able to upgrade. As you can see, as we've gone to these high number tracks, you can see they're a lot more, a lot trickier to drive. A lot, straights, tighter curves. Ah, no, my missile was useless. I also like the way they simulate, the two different layers of the track. You can see the nice sort of stippling gradient down as you move between the high and low sections. Now we're going under tunnels. So they've really done a good job with that in terms of how it uses the colour modes of the C64. One thing is, you look at both the Spectrum and CPC versions, they look pretty close to identical, as the CPC version looks like it's just a slightly improved version of the Spectrum one, colour-wise, with just some additional colours, which is definitely a bit of a waste of the hardware. But here, we use the programmers use the hardware well. I have to admit, I actually don't know who was responsible for the port. There's no tile screen which says anything. The instructions don't say anything, and databases like GameBase also don't say anything. So that's always one of those interesting bits of trivia on the internet. Who were the original developers of this conversion? Ooh, tight. Come on, let's get around there. Alright, that was pretty good. It seemed to be in good nick this time. Oops. Okay. But we did actually win, because you see we've got 20k now. Really need to repair the engine. 20,000. I don't think we've got enough for a car yet, so again, let's get high speed and our rear missile kit. Track 8. Oh, almost at the end of the season. So one of the things I do like, and this came over from the original version of the game as well, is completing each class will give you a passcode to start. You saw when I started, I entered my name in, and that's actually where you put the password in. One advantage is that you... Oh. Excellent. Sorry, Mr. Yellow Car, but you're out of the running. Come on, the outside. Someone's silly not turning too early again. And of course the Class 2 and Class 3 passwords actually do give you a bit of a boost when starting out, as you'll have the first car in each of those classes too, which is a nice upgrade. Last lap. Yeah, one thing I've noticed is that the seated position kind of lag a bit. Yeah, it's flipping between first and second, even though I'm clearly first. Whew. So one more race to go. Now, our body, our fuel. Let's see if it'll let me buy the Interceptor. 52, still about 10,000 short. Curses. Alright, we're not going to get the new car for this race, so I'm going to go all out with upgrades. May as well. So we'll call this the last race, and I'll wrap it up here. Class 2 and Class 3 use the same circuits, as I said earlier, so there's no use for me to actually run those courses. But now you can see, we've got the extra bit of difficulty, because now there's six cars on the track. And now it's down to 4. I mean, I know there's sort of cases where it's better to probably save your missiles, but to be honest, at least I found, you know, from my playing as you've been watching, I just seem to think that it works so better if I just let the chaos stew during the race. As we can now see, they all got bunched up, and I screwed up taking the initiative there. Oh well. Position counter seems wrong because I should be third, unless I've overtaken someone and lapped them. Yes. Actually, this is a situation where I really should have had a missile. Because that yellow car is significantly faster. Makes me think that it's actually the first Interceptor. The Vorg Interceptor, so the next car that I'd buy. On the flip side, it's going to be a long, tough one. The races themselves also get longer as well. So by the time you're racing Class 3, you've got, you know, I think 8 or 9 cars on the track, and doing like 7, 8, 9 lap races. It's a very big case of endurance. Regretfully, you don't actually get more cash for winning in one of those longer races, which sort of, you know, skews the difficulty a bit, but hey. Don't tease me, game. I wish I was first, but I'm not. The yellow car is just outpacing me too much. So there we go. There we go, and that is level 1. And so I finished. That doesn't really make sense. But there you go. If you want to take note, Harvey is the password. It's actually the same canned password, if memory serves. At this point, I don't really think there's much else to show. That's how Class 1. You can see we're now on Class 2. I think I'm going to call it quits here. That's a pretty long video as it is. So that's a playthrough of Supercars. As I said, if you've got the Amiga, if you've got an Amiga, maybe even an Atari ST, check it out there first. If you've only got the C64, it's definitely worth checking out. It's still a good racing game. I just think it's a little overshadowed by the 16-bit counterparts. The things that they cut for this version to fit into a single load just take a little too much away from the game, for me, to be honest. So that's pretty much what I think. So again, thank you for watching. I guess I know it's being a bit of a long one, and that could probably drag on a bit. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a thumbs up. I've also got there'll be a few links. You can see some other videos I've done. And of course, if you want more, please do subscribe. And I will catch you on the next one.